This is the credit card ladder, the holy grail of helping you achieve all of your wildest credit card dreams. But is it really all that and more? No, definitely not. And I'm going to explain to you why. First of all, this is great news for all of you out there who are aspiring to someday climb your way up over many weeks, months, and years to get your own shiny American Express Platinum card. But I'm here to tell you that the ladder approach to getting your Platinum card, while it may work, is completely unnecessary in so many different ways. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what the ladder is, how it actually works, and then from that context, I will give you a variety of reasons why you simply don't need to follow this model at all. So let's begin, shall we? For any of you out there wondering what is the credit ladder, well, it's a very simple step-by-step method to begin and grow your credit journey, achieving higher scores, better cards, and better rewards along the way. And here's how it works. The first step in the credit ladder is the builder or starter level. The credit scores typically involved in this range are either not applicable because you haven't started your journey yet, or they're on the low side, for example 300, 400, 500, etc., up to around 669. The people who are at this level are typically building for the first time, or they're rebuilding from lower scores. Perhaps they had some financial difficulties in the past, had really big balances that they couldn't pay off, etc. There are a lot of different reasons that could go into that. But nonetheless, they want to improve their score and their financial situation overall. As for the card types that we see here, these are going to be your builder cards, your secured cards, student cards, or subprime cards. And because the focus here is on starting or improving your credit score and journey, there are typically no rewards with these cards, or those that do have rewards, they may be very limited. For example, some very basic cash back. Some examples of cards at this tier include the Credit One Platinum Visa, the Capital One Platinum MasterCard, the Open Sky Secured Visa Credit Card, and the Discover Student Cashback Credit Card. Let's move on to tier number 2. This is where you'll start to see more of your entry-level credit cards for those people who've already established their initial foundation of credit. The typical score in this range will be around 670 and up. If you're already at this level, you have a good credit score and you want some basic credit card rewards. The types of cards we typically see here are cashback credit cards. They're much more on the entry-level scale, so without any advanced perks or benefits or anything fancy like that. Or you may also see some co-branded travel cards in the hotel or airline space that have either no or low annual fees. On the rewards front, they're typically smaller sign-up bonuses, and you may receive some cash back or basic airline miles or hotel points too. Several examples of these types of cards include the Hilton Honors Card, the Chase Freedom Flex, the Southwest Rapid Rewards Plus credit card, and the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards credit card. All of those cards have no annual fee except for the Southwest Plus card, which is currently priced at $69, and they all give you some sort of basic level of perks. For example, again, you're earning rewards in the first place, which a lot of cards in tier 1 would not allow you to do, and some of them, like the Hilton card, for example, might even give you a low level of elite status. That way when you go stay at their hotels, you get some extra nice touches and perks. I'd also like to mention right here that it can be very wise to get a no annual fee credit card early on in your credit journey, whether you follow the ladder approach or not. That way, as you build credit history and positive payment history long term, you won't have to worry about having a fee on one of your oldest cards. Having an old card, positive on-time payment history, and among other factors are crucial to building a healthy, robust credit score. So find one that you like, that you don't mind keeping open long term, and make it happen. On to level 3. What you're going to find most often here are your mid-tier travel credit cards, although occasionally you might see some higher tier cashback cards mixed in as well. But again, most of these are travel, and for the credit scores that you typically have to really have good odds of being approved are going to be around 700 plus. Therefore, people at this level have already built very good credit scores and are most likely desiring travel rewards. The types of credit cards represented here are going to be most travel cards with a moderate annual fee, typically between the range of $95 up to $250. As for the rewards, you're now going to see large sign-up bonuses, typically with bigger spend requirements to earn them, and you'll be earning either airline miles, hotel points, or potentially some bank points that are much more flexible or transferable to other partner programs. You may also get some additional benefits that could come in the form of higher earning rates on your points, or it could be some sort of elite status, or even insurance and protections. A few examples of cards at tier 3 include the Amex Gold Card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Citi Premier Card, Capital One Venture Rewards Card, World of Hyatt credit card, and the City Advantage Platinum Select World Elite MasterCard. And this is where the rewards game gets very interesting and a whole lot more fun too. With the introduction of transferable currencies, it's basically like earning points or miles in a bunch of different programs all at the same time, and also with your higher airline or hotel cards with, you know, bigger annual fees, you start to get some better perks. But where things start to get really fancy is at tier 4. You'll reach this level after you've built excellent credit, and now you're probably desiring premium travel rewards along with premium benefits. These tend to be top tier travel cards with very high annual fees of $400 and up, and for the rewards, you'll also see very large sign-up bonuses here, again with big spend requirements like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for example, and also you'll still be earning airline miles, hotel points, or those bank points that are both transferable and or flexible. But you'll get even more premium benefits later on top of all that. Well-known examples of these cards include the American Express Platinum Card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, Capital One Venture X, Delta SkyMiles Reserve American Express Card, City Advantage Executive World Elite MasterCard, and the Hilton Honors American Express Aspire Card. And that's where the credit ladder comes to an end, at least in terms of cards for which you can apply directly online. But there is one more tier above that, number 5, where the entire model gets reversed. That is, the banks pursue you, or even if you go to them first, your bank account and your assets or your net worth speaks for themselves. Allow me to jump in here real quick and mention that if you're going to go by the ladder method and start with your beginning cards and go up to your tier 4, or if you want to cut out some of those intermediate steps, as you'll see later in this video, either way you'll probably end up with a number of different cards if you're going to play the credit card game for the rewards perspective and build a healthy score along the way. If so, definitely check out today's sponsor called MAXREWARDS to take all these different cards that you'll end up getting and have a single dashboard to manage them all in one place. MAXREWARDS is an app that allows you to manage your credit cards, rewards, and benefits all in one place. This includes seeing when your bills are due, tracking your sign-up bonuses, monitoring your credit scores, and more. On the Activity tab, you can view the transactions across all your cards to easily see where you've been spending your money, including the value of the rewards you've earned across different categories. Then the Best Card tab helps you identify which card to use for different purchases. That way you can earn points or cash back even faster. And perhaps my favorite feature is the Benefits and Offers dashboard, which you can unlock with the gold level of MAXREWARDS. You might be familiar with Chase offers, Amex offers, Bank of America deals, and others. Each time you sync the app, all of your offers will be activated automatically, including the hidden ones from Amex that you didn't even know about. In fact, my Amex Gold card showed 162 offers that were ready to go thanks to MAXREWARDS. So if you'd like to try MAXREWARDS, use the link down below in the description to get the gold level entirely free for your first month. Now let's continue with the rest of the video. Welcome to tier number 5, where you see invitational only types of products. The score here, again, is still going to be around 740 and up, and it's for people who have excellent credit, high spend or net worth, and are invited to apply. These are going to include your so-called black cards that are extremely exclusive and with the highest annual fees as well. These are going to be in the hundreds or thousands of dollars per year. As for the rewards, those do vary. Most of them might earn some sort of points, typically still travel focused, but they're not going to be that great for the most part. That's because these cards are much more focused on benefits. That is VIP treatment, exclusive access and experiences or certain privileges, and unparalleled support. Examples of some of these cards include the American Express Centurion card, also known more casually as the Amex Black Card, the Dubai First Royal MasterCard, the JP Morgan Reserve Card, and the Coutts Silk Card. So with that context in place, how do you climb the credit card ladder? Well, it's as simple as getting your first beginner or starter card if you haven't already begun your journey, and then using that card or cards responsibly to build a healthier and more robust score over time to get into higher tier products. You may have heard me use the acronym FIRLAMINA in previous educational videos talking about the 5 major factors that make up your credit score. It's basically about learning how each of those factors contributes to your score and then which levers to pull to help you increase your own score. So if you haven't watched any of my educational Credit 101 style videos, definitely go check those out where I go into a lot of details about how you can improve your score, and I might even make some new updated versions in the future too. But because this video is focused on the credit ladder itself, let's keep our attention there. In fact, we're now going to move into the juicy part of the video about 5 main reasons why you may want to avoid avoid the climb. I'm looking forward to this. Reason number 1, it's hugely misleading. Here's an overall view of the credit ladder from tiers 1 through 5 with the card types showing 3 examples of the different types of cards you'll see at each one. Now pay very close attention here. What if I were to tell you that we could take the Amex Platinum card and potentially get it not just 1, but 2 tiers down. That is on the entry level where the general credit score guideline is going to be around 670 or so. Don't believe me? How about some real world data points from other people? Here's one from viewer Jorge Moreno who said, "Hey Mark, today I applied for Amex Platinum credit card with a score of 619 and a $50,000 income. Guess what? I got approved. However, back on August of 2020, with a score of 704, I got rejected. Why? I have no idea." That goes to show you all right there that it's not just about your credit score itself. If we went back to that ladder, we saw the Amex Platinum card being at this premium tier 4, where the typical scores are around 740 or so, even higher the better. But we're talking about an approval here that is 121 points below the recommended guideline score. So does that mean if you also have a 619 that you'll get approved for the Amex Platinum card? No. Also, if you have a 704, will you also get rejected? No. Your credit score is just one out of many factors that go into an overall approval or denial decision. How about a few more? Here's one from DJ Euroflow. After 2 years of grinding, finally got approved for my Platinum Amex. Data points: 660 Experian, 24 hard pulls, $60,000 income, an auto reposition from 2015 that had to be removed before getting an approval. They also had a couple other accounts with Amex, including a savings account and also the Hilton Honors Surpass card. Eric Aaron Jr., my first Amex card was the gold card. Ramses Roa, the Amex Platinum card was my first card with Amex. Love it. Army Truth, the Platinum card was my first with Amex and I made like $55,000 back in 2020. Now yes, getting approved for your first Amex card ever is different than getting approved for your first credit card product from any bank ever. Of course, all these data points came from people who already had some level of credit history established. But what I'm saying here is if there are data points from people getting approved for a tier 4 card with tier 2 credit scores, then that kind of breaks down the whole credit card model. Also, if the gold card or platinum card was the first ever Amex card that someone got, that means you don't have to go through no fee Amex cards, then get the green card and then the gold card, and then hopefully maybe work your way up to the platinum. You can get the Amex Platinum card right here as your first ever Amex if you want to. Let me also make something very clear here. The Amex Platinum card is unique in that it's still a charge card, which is a different type of product than a credit card. Therefore, I'm not using the same example for the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Capital One Venture X. Yes, you might be able to get the Sapphire Reserve as your first Chase card ever, but probably not with a score in the low to mid 600s. You never know, of course, again, a lot of factors go into the score, but because the Amex Platinum card is unique in terms of a different type of product, watch this video if you haven't seen it already about why it's potentially so unbelievably easy to get. I'll also link it down below in the description. Reason number 2, it delays your rewards and limits your travel. Think about it. The rewards, especially in the travel space, which most people aspire to because who doesn't want to go to Europe for a few $100 rather than spending thousands, those rewards don't really get that interesting until levels like 3 and 4 in the overall credit tier. So why would you want to spend an extended period of time working your way up from level basically 0, nothing, to level 1, then to level 2, then 3 where you're maybe starting to get some good cards, and then 4 where you've got all the perks and lounge access and transfer partners and all this crazy stuff going on. You can do that, but really that could be months and months and months of missing out on great bonuses and other amazing perks that you could have had months earlier. Or perhaps even worse, missing out on a larger volume of trips. Perhaps you could have already been on 2, 3, 4, 5 trips over the past couple of years rather than just the one that you took because you only had a very small number of points saved up from only having 1 or 2 cards and really taking a longer period of time in the lower runs of the ladder. Reason number 3, you'll likely end up with cards and inquiries you don't want. Applying for card products at each one of those levels or runs on the ladder just for the sake of climbing the ladder because you think it's the only way to build your score and get into those higher card products is really going to be a huge limitation on your overall journey. What you don't want to do is spend so much time focusing on just the ladder itself and all those different steps rather than on your goals and where you want to go to where you end up with 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that really don't serve any sort of future purpose at all other than just starting your journey. On top of all that, for a lot of the cards that you apply for, you have then a hard inquiry on your credit report, and of course those temporarily lower your score, which may hurt your chances of getting approved for better cards. Reason number 4, it's a waste of time. It's entirely possible to start with no credit score whatsoever, no previous history, get your first card product, and build a score into the 700s within your first year, even within your first several months perhaps. Depends of course on how you use your card, all the factors, etc. So with that in mind, why would you want to spend many more months climbing up all these unnecessary rungs of a ladder to get, for example, the City Premier or Chase Sapphire Preferred, where you might be able to do that within just 1 year? Or perhaps even closer to around 6 months with something like the Amex Gold card. No guarantees, of course, but again, that's a charge card, so potentially much easier to get much earlier on. And reason number 5 is just unnecessary. Here's an entirely possible path that you may want to take. Given that everybody has to start somewhere, if you don't yet have a credit score or you're trying to build up and you want a tool to help you do that, start with tier 1 and get your builder or starter card. And with that one single card product or an optional second card at this tier, you can then build high enough to where you can jump all the way to level 4 based on your score, credit history, etc. at that time. Or perhaps there's a card that you really want to get at level 3. You can still start at level 1 and jump to that third tier if you want. And the same holds true with level 2 as well. The reality here is that you can begin your journey with level 1 to get started and then jump to any of the higher tiers that you like without necessarily having to pass through the ones below it. Alright, we're at the end of the video here, and I'm sure some of you out there still have a really big question, and it goes probably something like this. But the ladder still works, right? And my answer to that is most certainly yes. Nowhere in this video did I ever say that the ladder approach is wrong, or that it's bad, or that you must avoid it, and that nobody can have success with it. Rather, it's quite the contrary. The people who might want to use the ladder approach are those who like structure and order and a blueprint to follow with step-by-step instructions. The purpose of this video is simply to expose that the ladder approach is not the only way to do this, and that there's not just one way to build a healthy credit score. So if your singular focus right now is to get yourself into some better credit card products, whether it's to earn cashback rewards or points and miles for travel, hopefully this video gave you some encouragement that it's entirely possible to do so without having to go by the ladder. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, to sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a great app to manage multiple credit cards, rewards, and benefits all in one place, and to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. I hope it brought you some great value. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, and while you're waiting on my next upload, always remember that you are great.